السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا. آمين يا رب العالمين. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, we are again here to understand the beautiful language of the beautiful book of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. May Allah help us to understand. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, may Allah make it easy for us, and may Allah accept our efforts uh, for this cause. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Okay, so in the previous class, we were discussing fragments. Okay, I hope you remember the concept of fragments. Fragments or phrases are the combination of words, yani maybe two words together, but they don't give complete sense. Okay, we cannot understand what does it mean. Whereas a sentence is a combination of words where we understand the meaning, the full concept is there. Okay, so full concept, we understand the meaning, that is a sentence. But a combination of different words where we cannot understand actually full sense, what does it mean, then it is a phrase or a fragment. Okay, so we were discussing the different phrases of Arabic grammar. We have understood Mawsuf Sifa, remember, and this is called Murakkabe Tawsifi. The fragments Arabic is Murakkab. So Murakkabe Tawsifi, yani Sifa Mawsuf, in it there is a noun and there is an adjective, right? So these two words will be, one will be noun and the other will be adjective. Then we studied Murakkabe Idafi, right? Idafa, where possession was there. It was showing possession, and the example is that Kitabullahi, the book of Allah, right? And it is called the harf of, sorry, it is called like one noun and then another noun, but showing relationship. So the first noun will be always without alif lam and without tanween, yani it will be light. Okay, as I said, it cannot be al kitabullahi and it cannot be kitabun allahi. It cannot be like that. Both cases are wrong. So kitab, yani the first noun, that is mudaf, should always be without alif lam and should always be without tanween. Okay, so that will be mudaf, and the second noun will be mudaf ilayhi, which will have kasra, or it will be in the status of jar. Okay, kitabullahi. Ha should have a kasra. So that is murakkabe idafi. And then murakkabe jari. Also we studied yesterday. Jari means I showed you the list of harf of jar. There are total 11 harf of jar. Okay. Ala, ala, ila, man, an, bi, li, fi, etc. These are huruf jar. So a harf jar comes and after that a noun comes. So that the combination of these two, harf of jar and a noun, makes a murakkab, right? These two things make a murakkab, and that is murakkabe jari because harf of jar is coming there. Okay. And then we studied some special murakkabe jari, yani no, sorry, special murakkabe idafi. We studied that uh, murakkabe idafi can be the adverbs of time and space. Remember, for example, behind the wall or after the salah, right? Yani where and how, adverbs, how and where an action is taking place. So adverb of time and adverb of space, both are considered as mudaf. And then the word, for example, qabl means before. Qabl al-salati, before the prayer. So qabl comes as mudaf and salati as mudaf ilayh. So inshallah, we'll keep revising when we'll start practice, inshallah. So today we are studying another combination of two words, that is harf of nasab. I was just revising with you harf of jar. Okay, and I told that there are total 11 harf of jar. Now today we are studying harf of nasab. So harf of nasab will come, and after that a noun will come, and it will be considered a phrase. Okay, uh, makes the ism after it in the status of nasab. Why the other 11 letters were called as harf of jar? Because they were giving kasra, yani the status of jar to the nouns. Okay, and why they are called harf of nasab? Because they are giving the status of nasab to the ism what comes after it. Okay, so makes the ism after it in the status of nasab, and distance is okay. For murakkabe idafi, the distance was not okay. Okay, for murakkabe tawsifi, distance was okay. For murakkabe jari, the distance was not okay. For murakkabe nasab, this nasab, harf of nasab, distance is okay. Okay, with the practice, inshallah, you will be able to understand. If you feel that I can't remember so many things, it's okay. No need to remember. Wherever, while reading Quran, while practicing, wherever these things will come, you will be habitual of knowing them. Okay, and there is a lot of revision in the Holy Quran, a lot of repetition. So this is the first phase of knowing them. After that, inshallah, there will be a lot of revision, so where everything will automatically be memorized, inshallah. So there are 8 harf of nasab. Okay. Inna, anna. Inna means certainly. For example, you say Inna Allah. Certainly Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. It can never be Inna Allahu or Inna Allahi. No, it can never be Inna Allah. So this when let me write it also for you. So I'm writing Inna Allah. Inna Allah. Okay. So when we are looking at the status, do you remember we look at the last haraka, the haraka on the last letter. Okay. So this is the last letter. So this haraka we will see. Inna is a harf, and this is a noun after it. This is an ism. Noun means ism. So this inna is giving this fatha, this fatha to this noun. That's why it is called the harf of nasab. So just as a revision, I'm telling you that if there is a fatha, this is nasab. If there is a kasra, this is jar, the status of jar. If it is a dhamma, this is the status of rafa. Remember, dhamma is a sign of status of rafa. Kasra is a sign of status of jar, and fatha is a status of sign of nasab. Okay, so this is rafa, this is jar, and this is nasab. Okay. Okay, so in Allah, it will always be like that. You will read many times in the Quran. So inna is a harf that gives fatha to the next noun, and fatha is a symbol of halat nasab. That's why this is called harf of nasab. I hope it's clear now. So inna means surely, certainly, okay, for sure. Anna means that. Anna Allah, that also. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan, right? You say Muhammadan. Anna ashhadu, our kalima, right? What we say, kalma shahadat. ashhadu anna, this word comes there. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan. So it can never be ashhadu anna Muhammadun or ashhadu anna Muhammadin. Never. It will be wrong. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu or ashhadu anna Muhammadan rasulullah. Like that. Whatever you say it. Okay. So it will always be fatha after anna. Okay, so let's quickly now go through the next uh, haruf of nasab. So inna, certainly anna, that, ka'anna, as if, as though, bi anna, because, la'alla, so that, hopefully, maybe, it could be any meaning, la'allakum tuflihun, so that you may be successful. Okay, so this type of meaning it has, la'alla. Lakinna, however, layta, alas, it's to show regret. It is to express regret कि काश ऐसे होता. लेकिन ना लेकिन के मानों में होता है. ठीक है. He is a very good boy, however he does this. ठीक है. तो लेकिन ना, however. Okay, I hope it's clear, the meanings also and the function also. What is the function of these huruf? That they give nasab to the ism which is after it, right? I have written an example for you people. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay. So inna, and if it has to be joined with a ya, ya is ya is pronoun. Okay, it means me. So if it is ni and inna, so then one noon can be dropped. When attached to a harf of nasab ending in a noon, these pronouns can be written fully or in the noon can be dropped. So it can be innani like this. Sorry, just a minute. It can be innani, as you can see here, innani, like this also it's correct, and this also is correct. But mostly it is preferred to write like this, inni. Innani ko like short karke inni. Similarly, noon alif na, if it ends noon alif na, so it is bi anna. So you can say bi annana or bi anna. Both are correct. Okay. Um, Let's go to the next slide. Okay, part of a pointer fragment. Now, yeah, we studied that there are some pointer nouns, isme ishara, they are called, when you point towards something, right? It means कि आप इशारा कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना? Point करने को क्या कहते हैं? इशारा करना. So, that is इसमें इशारा. ठीक है, पॉइंटर को क्या कहते हैं? इशारा करना. अरेबिक टर्म इज इशारा, इसमें इशारा. Okay, so the fragment which comes with isme ishara plus another ism will be a pointer fragment. ठीक है? So the part of uh, pointer fragment will be the ismul ishara. As I'm saying, ismul ishara, it can be written like this. Ismul ishara. इशारा मतलब पॉइंट करना, इशारा करना. उर्दू में वी यूज दिस वर्ड इन उर्दू. इशारा करना यानी पॉइंट करना. इस्मुल इशारा एंड मुशारुन इलैही. मुशारुन इलैही यानी जिसकी तरफ इशारा किया जा रहा है. मुशारुन, सॉरी, दिस शुडंट कम हियर. मुशारुन, it is written like this. मुशारुन, डबल तनवीन, इलैही यानी towards it. इला का मतलब होता है towards, right? And ही का मतलब it, towards it. मुशारुन इलैही, towards it, the ishara is done. The pointing is towards it. Okay, so for example, zanika is ismul ishara. Okay, you can see this arrow. Zanika ismul ishara and muslimani is musharun ilayhi. Yani this pointing is towards this. Okay, so towards this. Ilayhi, towards it. So this ishara is towards this. Ilayhi means towards. Okay. The pointer word, dhanika, and the word which is being pointed. The pointing is towards it. So it is called musharun ilayhi. So these two components, ism ishara and musharun ilayhi, these two combination, these words, two words together make pointer fragment. Okay, ism murakkabe ishari. In Arabic, we call it murakkabe ishari. No distance in this also, like in murakkabe idafi, there was no distance possible. So in here also, there is no distance possible. Okay, and ism ishara cannot have alif lam because it is already a proper noun. Remember when we were studying the categories of proper noun, there I told you all pointers will be proper noun, all pronouns will be proper noun. Remember 7 kinds of proper nouns we studied. So this ismul ishara is one of them. Okay. Um, and pointer isms are used to point to another ism. That is, for example, it is said this, that, those in Arabic, hada, dhalika, dhanika. Inshallah, I'll show you the whole table. I said no distance is allowed. Pointers are non-flexible except the pairs. That I'll show you from the table, inshallah. They are always proper. This is important point to remember. The pointers are always proper nouns, and uh, they are not flexible. They are non-flexible. That also, when we were discussing the status, we have discussed that some are fully flexible words, fully flexible nouns, some are partly flexible, and some are non-flexible. Okay, so ismul ishara are non-flexible. That I'll explain you in the next. What is written fragment versus sentence? I'll let you know in the next, inshallah. Okay, so when we say pointing, so there can be pointing to the nearby things and pointing to the far away things. Okay, so if it is pointing towards nearby things, it is here. So near things are here. Okay, so the word used for near things is hada. Hada. Okay, hada means this, and this is for singular masculine. If it is singular masculine thing, then we use hada. And I said there is a whole table for that. Okay, so now see, if it is one masculine thing towards which you are pointing, if it is one, you will say hada. If it is two, you will say hadani. If there are more, two plus, yani three or 3 plus, then it is haulai. Okay, so hada, hadani, haulai. Haza mean this one male thing or male boy, anyone. Hadani, these two male things. Haulai, these all male things. Okay, now for female, no, sorry. Acha, this is an it's not for female, this is for male only, but the status is different. So if it is a status of Rafa, okay, see this was written Rafa, right? Rafa here. So in the status of Rafa, it is Haza, Hadani, Haulai, but in status of Nasab and status of Jar, okay, only this one is changed. That was written pointers are non-flexible except for pairs. Remember this statement we read in the previous slide. So this is pair. In the status of rafa, I'm writing for you in Arabic, the status of rafa, it will be hadani, ani sound will be there, but in status of nasab and jar, nasab and jar. In both these cases, nasab and jar. Instead of hadani, it will be hadaini. You can see instead of alif noon, it is ya noon. The rest is same. The rest is same, right? What is the difference? Instead of ani, it is aini sound. Instead of alif noon, it is ya noon. Okay, this is nasab and jar. If, for example, if you want to say these, indeed, these two boys, so you will say inna hadaini waladaini. You will speak like that. Okay, hadaini waladaini, like this. Aini sound will be there for pairs only. In singular and in plural, it is exactly same. In singular and plural, it is exactly same. Okay. Uh, okay, let's go next. That was for male. Now this is for female. Okay. For female, instead of hada, it is hadihi. If it is one female, okay, it will be hadhihi, one female. And hatani, instead of hadhani, it is hatani, two females, and haulai, all females. You see the masculine, the plural is same. For male and female both, it is haulai. The singulars and pairs are different. Okay, so haulai, all these females. So hadihi, now again we look at the status. So if it is the status of Rafa, okay, if it is the status of Rafa, okay, sorry. If it is the status of Rafa, it's written Rafa here, right? Then it is hadihi, hatani, haulai. But if it is the status of nasab or jar, this will be hadihi, hataini, haulai. You can see like masculine, feminines also, singulars and plurals are same, but dual has in halat rafa it is hatani sound, and in halat nasab and jar it is hataini sound. The rest are same. And you will see in the Quran, mostly singular and plural are used. Duals are very rare. Okay, so those were the pointers for near things. Okay, now the pointer is for far things. When the thing is far, you say those or that. Okay, for far things, the pointers are different. Okay, so Dhalika is for that one masculine thing or boy or yani any masculine thing or personality. Dhalika, it's for far. Dhalika, he, one person or whatever. Dhanika, two, they two, or Ulaika, they all. This is all for male. Similarly, for halate nasab and jar, it is instead of zalika and ulaika are exactly same. Zalika and ulaika are same, but zanika has changed into zainika. Like haza, hazani was hazaini. So here also zanika is zainika. That's for male. For female, tilka. For female, far. So isme ishara is tilka, that girl or that female. Tanika, those two girls. Ulaika, they all girls. Tilka in halate nasab and jar is exactly same as halate rafa. Halate rafa and halate nasab and jar are exactly same for singulars and pairs. Again, for pairs, it is different. If it is halate rafa, it is tanika. If it is halate nasab and jar, in both cases, it is tainika. Alif is changed into ya. In always, it is changing like this only. So now let's go through pronouns also. Extremely important topic, pronouns. Okay, because you cannot understand a language when you, for example, if we are speaking English, I'm using the word we, you, right? I'm saying this. So we, you, I, what do they mean? How we use them? If you don't know, it is impossible to understand a language. So pronouns are extremely important. So let's start pronouns in Arabic. You can, in Arabic, I have given you example, anta, ana, hiya, huwa, right? These are the examples. And in English, it is written there. And you, in English, I don't need to explain you know them very well. So pronouns are a word that takes place of a noun, right? There is a noun, but another person, uh, okay, a word that takes place of a noun. For example, if I say that Fatma is a very good girl, she wakes up in the morning, she does her work nicely. So I'm using she now. Before I used Fatma, right? So Fatma is a noun, but now I'm using she in place of Fatma. So yani she is a pronoun, okay? And my name is Rifat. I teach Arabic. So now I'm using I. Before I said my name is Rifat. Now I'm not using Rifat again. I'm using I do this. Okay. So I is a pronoun. We. I hope you know that all, right? So let's see like the Arabic terms also for them. Okay. This is the learning objective. You will recognize independent and attached pronouns, and you will be able to translate the given pronouns. I'll for sure give you an assignment today, inshallah. Okay, pronouns. So, my dear, there are two types of pronouns, right? In English also there are different types of pronoun. For example, there is he, we call it a pronoun, right? He is a pronoun. Similarly, his is also a pronoun. Is it? Do we call his a pronoun? Is it? His, what is his? In Arabic, anyways, in Arabic, it is a pronoun. It is a kind of pronoun. And him, right? Him. I've given you an example. He, his, him. Now they are different. So in Arabic, we say there are two types of pronouns. There are independent pronouns and there are attached pronoun. Okay. So when we say there are independent pronoun, this is kind of this kind, he. Okay, when he is independently doing something. So and they are called the pronouns of rafa. See, the pronouns of rafa. And you remember, rafa is always a doer status. Rafa is a doer status. Okay, so independent, like I'll tell you the Arabic also. His its Arabic is huwa. Huwa. Huwa means he. Okay, so if he is doing something, we say huwa. We use the word huwa for he, and it is a doer form of pronoun, and it is called independent pronoun or the pronoun of status of rafa, right? This is one type. The second type is attached pronoun. When we are saying attached, so definitely they are attached with something. Okay, so they are attached with, for example, if they are attached with an ism, they will be in status of nasab. If they are attached with a jar, with the harf of I'm sorry, with an ism. Oh, just a minute. No. It's wrong here. It's wrong here. If they are attached with a verb, okay, I'm sorry for this mistake. If they are attached with a verb, they are considered the status of nasab, and if they are attached with an ism, they are considered the status of jar, of the status of jar. Okay, so independent pronouns are always in the status of rafa. Attached pronouns can be attached to verb, can be attached to an ism. If they are attached to an ism, they are in the status of jar, If they are attached to a verb, they are in the status of nasab. Okay. Now the different pronouns are huwa. Huwa means he, and it is the status of rafa. Okay. This is independent. Huwa. It always comes separately, independent. But he, it means he. But if you want to say he opens his book, now you're using the word his book. Okay. So you will say huwa yaftahu. Huwa yaftahu means opens. Kitabahu. Kitabahu. He opens his book. Kitaba. Now, because kitaba, ba fatha is a sign of a object. So, huwa yaftahu kitabahu. Yaftahu opens. Okay? So, he opens his book. So, now this who I have used here. Who. It could be in this form. In Arabic, if you write separately, it is written in this form. Okay? He. But I am using it. Who. Huwa yaftahu kitabahu. Who means his, then his. Okay, his book. And when so this is who is, if who is written separately, it will be written like this. But if who is written with combining with something, it will always be like a triangle. Okay, kitabuhu. Okay, for example, like this. So this who is a pronoun, and it is this pronoun is attached to another noun, to an ism. So I told you before, when a pronoun is attached to an ism, it is in the status of jar. It is in the status of jar, and it is in the status of jar, and yeah, and it shows possession. Kitabuhu means his book. It shows possession. It has a meaning, and it shows possession, that this is his book. Okay. Whereas the other thing, when it comes, for example, khalaqa, I tell you, khalaqa is a verb. Khalaqa. It means he created. Khalaqa, he created. And if you join who with it, so it will become he created. Khalaqa means he created. And then this who means him. Who means him. He created him. Okay. Khalaqahu. He created him. And because he created him, this action of creation is taking place on this pronoun. That's why they are in the status of nasab. So him is a status of nasab when it is attached, this who is attached to a verb, but kitab is a noun, and when a pronoun is attached to a noun, the status is of jar, and it shows possession, like Kitabullahi, the book of Allah, right? So in attach, I'll wind up, I'll yani recap. We still, let me go to the previous slide. So we studied, let me delete this annotation so that it will be clear. So we studied that there are two types of pronouns. There are independent pronouns, like, and there is a whole table of independent pronouns. In the next slide, it might come huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. This is a whole table of 14 words. They are independent pronouns, and they are considered in the status of rafa, right? This is one thing. The second thing, the pronouns come as attached pronouns. So if they are attached, they can be either attached to ism, or they will be attached to verb. This is also verb here, right? I told you before. If they are attached to a verb, they will be considered as in the status of nasab one, but when they are attached to a noun, to an ism, then this will be considered as the status of jar. Okay. Any question till now? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, any question? Did you understand this? No, miss. Oh, great. Uh, you can turn your mic on if you want, and you can ask me the question, whatever you, whatever is confusing you. And definitely, I will repeat in the next class. But if you will ask question, then I will understand where you are struggling. Let me show you the table. This is the table, huwa, huma, hum, and they are independent pronouns. Huwa is independent pronoun, and who, he or who, they are uh, attached pronoun. Okay, so this means he, and these two, just khalaqahu, right? It is attached with a verb, and it is in the status of you forget about status. Don't bother the status right now. You just understand. I'll make it simple for you. You just understand that there are two types of pronouns, right? And the table is huwa, huma, hum. This is for male. You can see this is a male picture, right? Male. Huwa, huma, hum. Huwa means he, yani he one. Huma means they both. And hum means they all. Okay, for girls it is hiya. Okay, hiya, and the ha is the attached pronoun. So hiya, huma, hunna, this is for girls. Huwa, huma, hum was for male, the pronouns, and hiya, huma, hunna, this is for female. Okay, and this is they come independent. They don't come with anything. They are separately coming. They don't join with anything. For example, these are I'll write for you. These are independent pronoun, or you can say detached pronoun. Independent, independent, or you can say detached, because they are not attached. Detached pronouns. Okay, detached pronouns or independent pronouns. And whereas these are attached pronouns. Attached. Attached pronoun. So they are for here the attached pronoun is ha, huma or hima, hinna, hunna is the same. Okay. Like instead of third person, now there are second person pronouns. Yani he, she, right? They were third person. Now this is anta, second person pronoun. Yani you. Anta means you. Um, do you want me to stop here? Inshallah, from pronouns, we can start the next class again. Yes, what's your opinion? Shall we end our class? Okay. Yeah, I think it's enough for today. You are free to ask any question, my dear. Ibrahim, any question, my dear? Okay, great. So you don't have any question. So inshallah, from pronouns, we will start our class again. I'll share in the group some pictures. where the pronouns are together. Okay, inshallah. And then we may have some practice in the next class, more practice on pronouns, inshallah. So here we end our class. See you in the next class, inshallah, on Thursday. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم آمين يا رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته وبارك الله فيكم جميعا.